to get people to make fun of her or talk about her in a very derogatory way. Okay? And when that happens, although she is the one that's twerking online, she's the one that's doing these things to bring attention to her weight, doing the splits and stuff, and and jumping on beds and everything like that. Then she has a problem with it, and then she starts talking about how people are fat shaming her, how people are making fun of her, how it's not right, how it's fair, it's racist, and black women are, she starts hitting all these particular racial tropes and things like that. But the reality is that if you didn't bring this attention to yourself, then we wouldn't really be talking about it, because there's other singers who've been fat. Azalea Banks pointed that out. You've had Kelly Price. You've had Faith Evans with a weight problem. You even had fat entertainers. Oprah Winfrey was fat before. Okay? Jennifer Hudson was fat. Fantasia had gained weight. So Aretha Franklin got big. So there's situations that we know about with women who have been a large, but still very effective. We didn't look at them.
We swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Everybody.
As that, because they were talented. They let their talent speak for itself, especially Kelly Price. She could sing Jesus off the cross. Kelly Price could sing. I mean, goddamn. But this is no different with Tiwa Savage. Now, Tiwa Savage is an Afrobeats legend. Always in Africa. I can tell you that Nigeria dominates everywhere on the continent, whereas Black American culture is almost everywhere in the world. Afrobeats is where, if you go to Africa, any country in Africa, and Nigerians show up, they run Africa. Their culture is everywhere on the continent. And Tiwa Savage is to Africa what Beyonce is, in my opinion, to the States. She is the queen of that genre.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D, as their guys will do battle with the Green Bay Packers.
Tiwa Savage is no different. But Tiwa Savage is complaining now about the sex tapes that came out. And now she wants to be suicidal, right? She's saying that people are going to get happy. Let's listen to her. They give it because you're my dad. I'm praying for them. But at least they know where they know where this is place. Simply will be more happy when I have no more. Okay, now, this is after.
Greg Zuerlein's got it teed up, and off we go from Arlington.
I don't care.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone, and we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback.
You thought that could hurt me, but you made sure of that. Okay? But now, what you said is, some people are going to be more happy when you're dead. Now, we can talk about this because her ex-boyfriend was late, her father is late, we can be missing them. But then to tie yourself into that doesn't make any sense. And the reason why you're doing it is because you're unaccountable for your actions. You're unaccountable for your actions. If you, which I believe that...
Play clock down to 2, and we get a signal and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
You wouldn't have to talk about it. People are disappointed in you because they held you to a higher standard than that. It's just like Beyonce having a sex tape. We would not have the same level of standard for her. But Beyonce answers the call. You are an influencer. You are a leader. You are the face, as a female, of the genre that is taking over the black world. And this is what you do. So you put yourself out there to do that, and now people have lost hope in you.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
You
throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
So now you want to say people want to keep no longer no more? No.
Now Rodgers. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Because those things were there, it did not mean that those people wanted me to die.
Throwing is Rodgers.
They probably don't like me.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
But now what you're trying to do is you're trying to get more sympathy for your dusty ass. And just like, listen, you're unaccountable. You want to start something and then get mad when, people don't
now a play fake. Rodgers.
No, you're not going to be able to do whatever the hell you want.
Open man, Amari Rodgers complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. There you go, Rodgers to Rodgers. First down Packers.
People are going to say things to you that are mean.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Rodgers to throw once more. He'll find Lazard here over the middle. A gain of 6 there on first. From the 36, Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 22-yard line. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
Here's the idea. Don't post it.
Rodgers now on first down. This is Lazard with a catch out left.
Don't post
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. They'll run here with Dillon. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers put their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline as a play caller. You're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
2nd down and goal. Rodgers is complete. Touchdown. It's Devontae Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
1, 2, 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2. Yes, I'm here. I'm here. For people who don't get notifications, sometimes I'm not going to blame YouTube because I have over 200K subscribers. So sometimes it's very
now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
224,000 people. Now, some people
and no return on this one is the fair catch. A signal for and taken.
It is what it is. We're here early today. When I say we already know who I got with me. You don't like it, tough too. I know you didn't hear that in a while. You know what I'm saying? But we here early. We're going to get into this quick build. I'll come back on later. I'm going to be in Baltimore tomorrow, so if you're in the Baltimore area, holler at me. I'm going to be out there tomorrow doing another show. So it is what it is. I'm here early today. Early. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't watch my
so Prescott to the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The guy that Suge ran over,
Jerry Crowder.
No. Sorry, he ran him over, of course. But the guy who he ran over as well,
Oh, is it with the real?
Yeah.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Yeah, that's crazy.
A handoff left, Elliott. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the 1st down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't test it. I can say that.
Yeah.
But I don't know what reply would have been to the whole situation. But
okay, so if you were there, you just watched your friend get killed, you would not testify.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
Saw it all.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
That was personally self-obligated to handle the situation.
Okay. Do you see that the logic of that kind of creates a revolving door into prisons?
It does.
See what I'm saying?
No, it actually does. But what do? Do we rely on the same law that oppresses us and rides down on us and incarcerates us at disproportionate ratios? Do we help them get rid of us? You know what I'm saying?
But by taking the law...
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
But the law is not. So ultimately you're going to go back to prison by what you feel is doing the right thing.
Not necessarily. You do things a lot wiser. You know, I spoke to some kids.
Here's 2nd and 10.
You know what I'm saying? So, the revolving door.
Elliott running right. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
When they go against the quarter, what happened to them? Oh, justified shit. You know what I'm saying? Put him back out there in the field so they can go shoot some more niggas. Come on, they don't operate by their own laws. So I'm not gonna tell people to go
short stick was running, battery running low.
Get yours. Whatever
had to find something.
If you feel justified, you know what I'm saying?
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on third down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up fourth down.
That's my pack that I share with you. I'm willing to go all the way out because of my love for you, my friends, and I know this dude did it. I want to stay out here so I can handle two things.
Oh, big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
You don't go pull up to his house and just gun him down. You plan a way to get him and not him.
They're indeed going for it. It's Prescott.
And
he's caught by Lamb. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 27 yards, a big play there on fourth.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work out fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It's not the same. You know, it's stacked against you. Right. It's just stacked against you. Like, you know, that whole scenario.
No, I wouldn't.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
I should give him a fair shake and touch him down and me handling the business if I felt it was serious.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
If you're eligible for Medicare, then this segment is for you. You may qualify for extra benefits at no additional cost. Today,
comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Andromeda, what is the difference between Medicare and Medicare Advantage?
Great question. Original
Zerline's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially open the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
So Medicare Advantage
after the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away.
You may be eligible for a plan that offers $0 monthly.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
And how about prescription costs? They always seem to be rising. Is there a plan that can help with that?
Yes. Some plans offer $0 out-of-pocket costs on commonly used prescription drugs.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
If you're not getting that money now, call so we can check on it for you.
Thank you, Andromeda. You don't get these benefits.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
Call
on the right side by Adams. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's 800-921-6914. 800-921-6914. Call now.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Shall we?
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like they'll spot him right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, first down. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Today on Amazon.
Hip hop sensitive is the vibe, so subscribe. Hip hop sensitive is the vibe, so
and remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Rodgers' throw is taken in by Jones. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Now, before we get to this video, this is a little bit disturbing. I'm not going to show the full video out of respect for his family and the victim as well, who was
Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon.
I will show you now, in this video, you can pretty much
give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Come to find out, right? Come to find out that this person, one of the people that was killed was
on play action. It's Rodgers.
Now, according to ABC, I'm gonna give you guys the back for ABC.
Caught by Jones, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw taken in by Adams. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a judge. I'm not going to judge on whether it was self-defense, but you can
line of scrimmage, the 9, 2nd and about a yard.
It seemingly looked like they're about to get away, in my opinion, or just move on. But you never know what happened after that. The next thing you know, one of the guys turns his back and the cop shoots him. Now, may they have a case? Could it be you guys? I'll let you guys decide.
On the handoff, this is Dillon, and here he'll get it down to the 7. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy, let him pick up the first down.
Now Jones.
So, yeah,
give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back to the running play, you may have to go to the air.
Police captain, like they picked the wrong person to rob that day. And unfortunately, one of the men were killed that day. So, again, the sad situation.
On 2nd and goal, Rodgers. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We may look back on this in the second half and say, remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Oakland Police Chief Lerone Armstrong had a press conference outside the hospital and described the wounded victim as a retired former police officer, lawfully able to carry a firearm. And
now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
I know that's
out of his end zone. Prescott.
Why didn't you throw it? The fuck is you doing? God damn.
He couldn't get away, and that's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on, come up to 6.
That's a lot of points.
You know my whole thing about the police department. It goes deep. There's a whole other discussion. If you know me, you know how I get down about that whole situation. But yeah, man, rest in peace, Lil Thieves. Vallejo rapper on his way, pushing, doing his thing, well known in the streets. Vallejo, California.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this.
You can legally go ahead and take somebody's life.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. And the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they're going to be waiting for him as they get him behind the line. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Hey, yo, thanks for tuning in to Select.
Here's Prescott. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
What else we got? NBA Youngboy being granted bond. Right? Soldier Boy and Kevin Dick. Again, thanks for tuning in to Slab Source, your 51st time to the channel.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Prescott now.
Crack a smile, hit the like button. If you like your mom.
Open man lane. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up the first down. I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. Oh, Zeke with a quick feed. He's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 43 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watched tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Tony Pollard, 33 yards. And the Cowboys are now just an extra point away from moving out in front. Well, it took a while to get their first touchdown of the game, but finally some signs of life here in quarter number 3.
Yeah, that was the burst they'd been lacking all throughout this game, but that was a decisive run. Might caught the defense a little flat-footed because they hadn't been able to get going in this one, and he was able to take that one all the way to the end zone.
Zerline good with a PAT, and that will put them on top here in the 3rd.
Listen. You know your boy.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
And the most high is, it should be about every aspect of life, okay? Including
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
But look out for other people too, okay? Think of others as better. bedroom?
The
Absolutely.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
We got to focus on hitting.
A third quarter now at a one-point game as they line up 2nd and 10.
Having greater importance. Plus, biologically,
now it's
when they can hit
Rodgers.
that high point multiple times when they give a session, man.
He's got the hook up to Lazard. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down.
Know what he was looking at.
Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer first down.
You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to deprive them of that. You know what I mean? Like,
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
That's like 30.
Rodgers throw here pulled in by Lazard. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
I'm like, this man makes $3 million.
Rodgers going to throw.
That's more than $2,900,000.
That's complete right side to Lazard. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
But we really don't know what he does either. Oh, wait. I think he's making his way over here to the stage right now. He probably going to tell us.
Now Rodgers.
We can make this money. Let's see what encouraging words.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
On play action. Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. Throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers.
Look, you know some people really right?
Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. What can Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Randy Gregory able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Now, there.
After the sack on first down, Rodgers slant to Adams. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use it.
Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. So that a free 15 yards.
That's always a tough one as a defender because a lot of the penalties that you commit, pass interference, holding, when they happen, you actually know what you're doing. But a face mask penalty, a lot of times is inadvertent, but it still costs you the same amount of yardage.
A give to Elliott running left. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Let's go. We good for at least 6, 7 right here.
Okay? Visitors must be approved by the judge. Okay, well, that should be good. Okay? No visitors between 9 p.m. and 7 a.m.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Not prescribed by a doctor.
Already I see him like, okay, first of all,
2nd and 11.
get someone that can say, I can smoke weed. You know what I'm saying? Let me do my shout out.
Prescott to throw it.
Oh, yeah. Can we get the shout out?
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And they work this well off the field across the 45. And he covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And just maintain.
Right? He might be able to dance on the stage, but he certainly will be getting carried off the stage. I mean, come on, G. Bo, don't make us look at it like that. Okay? Mr. Lonzo came through on the backup page, man. He was referencing the Christian
carry now for Elliott.
Who had a song.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
And one dude was like, my wrist bleed from the shackles as I get dragged in the ground.
Again, it's Elliott. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Let it fall forward. Let it fall forward.
I shout out real quick to Stashy official music. You follow what I'm saying, man? My man said, yo, who edit your biz, man? Is this a lab or is it the source? Keep up the good work, man. Shout out to T's on the phone.
They'll try and run forward with Elliott. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
The team's name is Source.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reaction.
Lawless 76. Right?
In boxing, slow them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is. The things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, and you practice it, you got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will have a Cowboys first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football.
Hello, Spyboy. You look like you could use some help.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 33 yards. And the Cowboys will extend their lead. So an important drive for them there. And they're not home with momentum, Charles, definitely in their favor now.
And I like the point you just made. They're not home yet, but a 1-point game, and if you kick the extra point, make it an 8-point game. Only 1 score, but you're right. Momentum definitely in their favor right now.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
2 out of 3 Americans who qualify for Medicare do not receive all the benefits they deserve. You could be missing out. Now, Anthony Blue Cross and Blue Shield introduces a free Medicare plan checker to make sure you receive all the benefits.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. There's still plenty of time here in the 4th quarter. Just a 1-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. Power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has a total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, but maybe some concern.
Yeah, maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. They will find Jones. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
Because she's like, sometimes you feel compelled.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
The ladies are on deck, man. You see what I'm saying?
Rodgers to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Adams.
You know what I'm saying?
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
We love you, sis. LS, boys
And he's incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
Right to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball. They've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense.
There you go, game time.
It's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Well, this game has not been short on intrigue. That's the backbreaker right there, and it's going to put any hope of victory to bed.
Yeah, they knew they needed the touchdown. And when you have that little time remaining, they know they've got no choice except to go for broke, and that they did. But the interception, that means defeat.
First down carry by Elliott. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
This is a lesson to all.
They go to Elliott again. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football. I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
People personally know this man. It's like they hate him. I don't understand.
Prescott.
I look. In front of me.
Not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
You don't know Nas X and Boosie were having a bit of a back and forth. Remember no Nas X and Boosie were having a bit of a back and forth. LNX trolled Boosie hit below the belt, but they don't rule the troll, right? And one
and his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So that one, CD, going to make the roll back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
We real big-headed over here. Not like the guy who claims it. Close to it. Bob Duke really came from it.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away.
I mean, look, that's what's right. So it's only right for him to come to his something. I get it. I completely get it. But I don't know. He's checking himself. Like, why are you starting with this? Okay? He don't like what he don't like. That's just what it is. People just don't like what they don't like. I hope he's saying it for his son. Your sexuality is not your identity. Stop confusing the two. Okay? I hope he's saying this. Your sexuality is not
the Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, the number 4 is kind of like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
You're going to think
2nd and 10.
about your identity because you're fusing them into one. You think they're one and the same thing.
On play action. Now Rodgers.
I always give him light. See what I'm saying?
Pass complete. It's Adams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
I know it hurts.
Rodgers now on first down. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Diggy's in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now third down as the clock runs.
And they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner, turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Oh, a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half, the adjustment. Whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
Misunderstand Dave Chappelle's closer? Are you catching my drift, man? Hey, yo, let us know what you're thinking. Y'all know the notifications are going to go out there.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
Here we go.
Sometimes when you compromise who you are to appease others, you slowly feel yourself forgetting to dance, son. It's been an amazing journey.
All right, we ready.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was...
What the fuck is this?
Damn! Can I scare the crows out of you?
Do it look like I fuck with scarecrows? Where's the wizard?
The wizard over there. That's my bro. Can I ask you one question before you go? Are those real?
Everybody needs some work. Yeah. Rather you get paid by the hour or her time. So I'm contractor. Everybody needs some work. Everybody needs that work. Yeah. Rather you a trapper or a rapper or a hairstylist or a pole dancer. Everybody needs that work. I was born by the river. I was shaking that ass. Started living like I'm pimping. I was getting that cash. If you ain't out here chasing mercy, what the fuck is you doing? Ain't got no time for sleeping or be under influence. I started rapping, then I started scamming. Put that money up in it.
before I get a say.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Obviously, they do everything big here in Dallas, and the introduction of the Cowboys, no exception. They're set for football in Big D as their guys will do battle with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers.
Let's go, fellas. Let's do it again.
Crosby set to do the honors here, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
Either you stop watching the mainstream media, or you want all puppies to die. Makes sense, right? No? Good, because it shouldn't. It's a common manipulation technique called a false dichotomy, or false dilemma. It's designed to make you think you only got two choices to choose from, when in reality, there are more. As with our little dilemma at the beginning, there's no reason why you can't watch mainstream media. You want all puppies. The two don't rule each other out. And by presenting you with an option that is clearly undesirable, and the option of manipulating...
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Anakin's claim that Obi-Wan is either with him or is his enemy is a clear case of false dichotomy. Obi-Wan is trying to prevent Anakin from joining the dark side, which naturally involves being critical of Anakin's choices. But just because Obi-Wan disagrees with Anakin doesn't automatically make them enemies. Obi-Wan's reply is actually perfect.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Good old Obi. Be on the lookout for instances of false dichotomies in real life. They're more common than...
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Things are too black and white. Dare to be gray.
I see you.
They'll try the left side. It's Elliott. And he will stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Four down territory. Because I said so.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. And he will have a first down here at about the 30. Give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. Powerful running. They find some open field here.
Shit.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down.
For 3% off. Link in the description below.
Again to Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? One opposed to will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it.
The Saints pretty heavy from the last couple matches. They're on that play pretty much every year.
Elliott going to get it again on the second down.
Come on, man.
He is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
Whatever you're
Mr. Block.
You guys want to see more plays out of the Saints offense? Hit that button. Let me know the comment section. Formation itself is a single back wing stack. There's some amazing pass plays. Plays that work on both.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
We're going to go with it. We're going to put it on August. Half-time already in there.
And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds. Incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
The second play, which is going to be the PA forward, which this play is a Swiss Army knife. You can home run and create very good plays with a lot of different defenses with this play as well.
Yep. Got it.
On the defensive side, we're just going to go.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
As always, this video is brought to you by AOEAH.com. If you guys want to get your team up and support this channel at the same time, all you have to do is check them out. Link in the description below.
Now Prescott.
We get 3% off this already the cheapest point.
That's to his running back complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20.
Got open.
Okay, goes for 25. What a flip of the script from fourth down to first.
One of the reasons this formation is so good because these receivers here typically pull apart whoever's supposed to be in this gap. That's why this play is going to have so much success. If I motion across, it's not me.
Now a shotgun handoff to Palmer. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Typically, that guard is my lead blocker.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
I'm giving up respect to the big guys up
Punch it on
because
in, baby.
they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
It's a taste of fall, the day not to miss.
You know where we're going. Fuck it.
Limited edition harvest caramels. Discover the original.
Get his ass.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they create some nice space for him.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys.
Let me be honest. Pre-entanglement all right? I still love Will Smith, okay? I still admire his rise, right? His poise, his grace, the things that he's been able to accomplish. I think it was
all right, D up, fellas.
Yeah, after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away.
Triple threat in every sense, meaning of the word. Incredibly talented.
Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Oh, God. Jada, Jesus Christ. All right? I take a look at situations like this, and I'm just like, oh, my God. Like, without having content like this in the space, there'd be so many that end up in this type of situation.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Of the decision.
Jones with a carry on 1st down, but I don't think he even made it back to the line of scrimmage as the defense all over that one.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Rodgers.
What it is that
This one swung out here to Jones. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, you know, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first.
And then, years later,
after 1-7-0 on EA Sports.
And it's just like me, as someone who's just watching situations like this and trying
up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Situations so I can learn more.
Meanwhile, Rodgers complete here on target to Tunyon.
Running back good.
So he stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
17-year-old mentally depressed young lady that, he ended up drilling, right?
Now a play fake. Rodgers.
I digress. Let's go.
Oh, come on.
It's incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity makes there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believed it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers.
If you think of any other interpretation,
and some room to roll
now. Down below.
They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. And on 4th and short, they snag a gain of over 30 for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Add this game to the last one, and they moved the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. On is Mason Crosby for the point after.
I'm so happy for him.
It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Because before, conversations like this of like, you know what I'm saying, going into the barbershop and just like we do in the barbershop, we have our conversations, you know what I'm saying, and you have the married guys, you know, and they interjecting their points. And the interesting shit is that the married guys are not right, like, they never really like, man, you need to get married. I'm sure like the hair salons on the other side, that's probably like the topic of conversation.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kicks away.
Really hear the married guys. Man, you got it. Like, it means something. Yo, man, how's your marriage going? That's usually what they might like it in a couple of years.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
On second down, Elliott once more. And brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Elliott running right. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Would not expect to be in a relationship with a mind. And this right
now again here to Pollard.
Fall forward. Good fall forward. Good fall forward.
Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
Like, help me out here. like, help me out here, all right? And the thing is, like, there's so many dudes that look at content like this and they're like, this is what we've been telling y'all. Like, it's so crazy, too, because when you have conversations with young ladies,
on 3rd down, Elliott. He's got the first down, yardage before being taken down in midfield. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
And you have these one-on-one conversations, and like, man, my dudes, you just yo, I can't be bugging. Like, I know.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
And methodical is what I goddamn. But it's,
this is Elliott. And this time not as successful, as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Now,
no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Right? Like, so if you were to ask me, okay, what would it take?
On 2nd down, it's Elliott. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
An incredible wave or change that
coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis. A sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. But really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, and he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break out it and make a play, as we just saw there.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
But when you have dudes like that today, there's so many other options than marriage is available that other
on 3rd down, here's Jones.
Like this without marriage.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
In mass, and there's a fundamental shift in mass, like a lot more femininity content creators that are speaking about these different things and holding them accountable, just like we hold dudes accountable over here. Okay?
A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. 7 yards to pick up there. Now the Cowboys got to earn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
What'd you say, Gordon?
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lewis. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Right, psychopathic abilities to mind meld and understand at any given moment. And I'm so sorry that you feel crushed that my human biology hasn't reached that apex of evolution. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so sorry.
They go back to the ground with Jones.
Anyway, guys.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down at the 21 or 22. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
We look at these examples intently. We look at these examples intently. We're like, well, so you say, right, like, you set this up.
Rodgers now to throw.
Okay. You go into it.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a first down. Well done. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
If I had the opportunity to talk to Will Smith, here's what I would ask. Straight up. Will.
Now Jones.
Would you do it like this?
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And they give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown, you're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
I think his answer would be riveting, to be honest with you. All right? Questions, comments, concerns? Y'all already know what to do. Me over the tours.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Disagree with me? Let me know down in the comment box. I want to see a full conversation regarding this one. Last but not least, I got a Patreon. We'll be moving up there. All right? Guys, if you're interested
Here's Rodgers.
In a circle, or if you just
touchdown, Green Bay.
Energy, the knowledge, the things that come out.
2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Packers have taken the lead.
Sorry, baby.
Otherwise,
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This is Tony Pollard. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
This is your third. What would you be? Your coach was there.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they really won't have much time to work with. Just 19 seconds showing on the clock. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
For the top, and we're going to change the world. He wanted your dad dead so he can have up. You don't know what these people are like.
Prescott now from the 50. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. That's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys have got it back in the closing stages of the 1st half.
It's supposed to be dropped you into the deep end of the world if you're not quite ready. I have to go.
Where?
To do your job.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll start from their own 5, so you'd have to imagine they'll stay conservative. They're just going to run it here up the middle. Oh, nice move. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 1 second remaining in the 1st half, they'll call the timeout. Here's Dillon. Trucks over him. And this will be a Packers 1st down as he gets this up past the 30. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. First down and much more here for Jones. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 45 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Dillon. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Okay, we got distracted.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Someone moved, flag is out, that's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Rodgers going to give this one to Dillon. They get the penalty yardage back plus a yard, 6-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 9.
And when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On 2nd down, Dillon. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Working from the gun, Rodgers.
Oh, get in front of that.
And he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the 1st here. He needed the 35, but didn't make it. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. It's Rodgers. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he picks up the 1st before he's taken down at the 29. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. They run with Jones on 1st down, but he'll struggle here just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
2nd and 8 coming up. A give for Dillon running right. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 50 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They run once more with Dillon. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A.J. Dillon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright, and it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A first down carry by Elliott. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
The big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line. They'll hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
From the 36, Prescott. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You needed that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
I don't know, dude. This record's already now. I'm proud of where it's going. I'm thrilled where it's going. It's amazing to see.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Smash the subscribe button. The bell makes you be notified when we drop these videos, because we may pop up with a live.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott.
Interference, baby. We'll take it.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
You got almost being a lab nowadays. It's gotten crazy, man. It's true. It absolutely is. Dropping bars. Snoopy going to fire the email right now.
From the red zone now, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
My first experience with Ash was like, wow. Made shitty with a plan. It's basically like Charles. It's the old I'm saying correctly.
Well, he's having technical difficulties. He's about to jump on Call of Duty.
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
I'm not going to, I don't think no videos. But, you know, it's crazy to see, man. Then it was a simple.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
It's not all pure, per se, but it smoked great back then. And this was brick days for me. So I was like, dude, this is amazing. Because most people in my time, they don't come in great outdoor finished plants. Because either A, the season would say, nah, fuck you, for reason. Or B, somebody else would say, nah, fuck you, and come steal it. So it was, and it wasn't legal. So it wasn't as easy to do, you know. But that's where Ash was for me.
To throw is Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. And it's good. The deficit 6, 20-14.
I do that these days. I'll take play material.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
So on and so forth. I'll do dry sift process, which I'll basically take bubble bags with different length bubbles and add in dry ice with material and shake it for 2 minutes. And then shake it onto, I usually shake it onto mirror or glass, and then you can scrape it up. All that material, straight up trichomes.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Brent Urban there to get him down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4 quarters, hours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, get a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. 13 yards, first down, Packers. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. It's a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter.
Today's pharmaceutical will say, and I was not happy about that. I got home and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? This is not hash. And that was the problem with bubble hash back in the day. It's like you could hide things, kind of, like you could get like fucking clay from someone. But dude, what the fuck is...
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Rodgers to throw.
Yeah.
That will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock. It really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
When I first saw that, people were just heat purging on the stove, you know? They'd have, like, water.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the 1st down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
Whatever, house explodes.
To throw is Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Rodgers throwing here. The left side throw complete to Adams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Running right, here's Dillon. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Then people are having a kind of a reaction with terpenes, you know, with food-grade terpenes to be able to have.
He's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on the 2-point try.
It's little metal, straight shooter piece with a little grasping at the end, and it doesn't really use the crackers. The crackers, ice road trucker shit is this. And he's like, you it once, and I'll take a hit.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. A fairly short kick from the 14.
Making my own DHO, and two still in there, like still I have a 3-step purge process. First, do a boiled water purge to get the majority of, or not the majority, but get a heavy amount of butane out of there. once it's come down to a really thick film of thick, but thin, very viscous, I guess.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Kevin King with a pick. Then he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
He's so good. But, you know, I was watching, I was trying to say this earlier, but I was muted. I had a studio light falling down on me here, and I caught it. But anyways.
Yeah, shit, thank God.
Yeah.
Final destination.
It's a 700-pound light. I caught it with one arm. It was, don't worry.
Dumbbell style.
That's, yeah. So, I fucking forgot what I was talking about.
The weed's working.
What did I mention?
Oh, that the weed's working? No.
Right.
We're talking about your purge process and how tasty it is, and you could taste it.
Oh, yeah, I was watching. And
that's four blunts deep for me, ladies and gentlemen.
Right. How many are you? Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, guys. If you enjoy these episodes, hit that subscribe button. We find more people are watching than are subscribed. So if you're doing that, do us a favor. It helps us. It helps you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you.
Otherwise, break off.
I watch a guy like Pedro Gross.
Yeah, shout out to Pedro.
Or Mr. Canuck. One of my viewers. Shout out to my man Chaotic. He also these guys press, and they make a very solid they make a very solid argument about just ditch the solvent, press this shit, and get your product within minutes rather than half a day. And you know, when I watch someone like Pedro Gross, shout out to this guy, and his Instagram is just fucking beautiful. I'm watching that gold, just thick peanut butter just flowing out of that rosin press. It is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And you know, that's incredible. You know, and these guys are taking that keef that you were talking about earlier. They're not even taking plant material in a lot of these cases. They're taking the bags of keef.
Or pressing bubble.
Like, you're kidding.
I'm like, whoa, give me that raw shit. Like, what the fuck? I know. Well, see, that's the thing. So I've always wondered, and I know there's a science behind it. I know flavonoid is the heaviest molecule, can drop through everything, even the temperatures, it'll be fine. But the terpenes, so the rosin, with the heat that you're going at, like, terps do play a factor into it, and I'm sure I'm going to get dragged through the fucking mud, but wouldn't you be getting a little less in comparison to something like a terp sauce, or something that you've processed differently with a butane that you've cured over time, and that or live resin, that's another one there, that the flavor and the terpenes coming out of that may exceed the rosin. As with the rosin, is going to be easier to obtain in your own process, but still a lot of it is cultivar. Chris, appreciate that. Cultivar specific, genetic specific, because if you have something that doesn't press as well, you may not get what you're seeing on Instagram, you know. As with live resin, you know, the product does come into play, but a lot of that process is going to be bringing out those terpenes and flavonoids and preserving them more in that process. In my knowledge and experience, which is limited when it comes to extracts, I just smoke or dab them, whatever.
Yeah, I completely agree. I have a rosin press, so I got a 10-ton press. I got it like 3 years ago, something like that. I'm normally a flour guy, but I have Presto rosin sometimes on special occasions.
Well, some flour smokes better as rosin, you know. It truly does.
I was going to say is, yeah, for sure. What I was going to say, though, is when you're pressing, there's so many different methods to do it, as far as like what temperature to press at, how far to press down, you know, and so on. So sometimes you can put too much force and it just doesn't, like, breaks the paper. It splits open the actual paper, so you got to be careful there. But the humidity or the moisture of the bud definitely has a lot to do with how much is actually going to be pressed out. If it's too dry, you're not going to really get a yield. If it's too wet, you're not going to get a yield. So that's one thing I've learned. I've smushed so many buds and gotten barely anything.
You're like, what the fuck? I know me traded that a few times. So we're like,
it's frustrating. Man. It's certainly frustrating in a sense. It definitely takes a little bit to get used to it. You know, I've pressed from as low as 65 degrees all the way up to 120 degrees. So there's some variance there.
I have to ask, it's Fahrenheit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of variance. But when I do get something that presses out really nice, like some nice Square One genetics, Presto, really nice. I had a Peanut Butter Breath by Doug Pochenek. Says Presto, really nice. Like you mentioned, just like that liquid gold, a real sappy
beautiful.
type. Amazing, really, really good. But it's such a hit or miss, at least for me. I'm such an amateur when it comes to all that stuff.
That's the thing, we're consumers. We're speaking specifically from the consumer standpoint. If you guys know anybody, guys or gals watching this, and you think that there's a good extract artist, which is now the fancy ones are called, that you think should be maybe a guest on here, that we can kind of pick their brain, drop in the comment section here on YouTube or on WatchShieldTV.com. If you're listening, jump over to one of those places.
Yeah, there's some real artists when
I was gonna say, I've
like
seen some amazing
diamonds.
The homie Dano on Instagram, Dano36, I believe. I don't know. We got him over on our Instagram. I've shared a few pictures of him. The dude is a beast, man, when it comes to just making the most crazy looking shit. Like the sauce that he makes, that's what he does for his job, and like it's stuff that I've never seen in person that I need to travel down just to check that out, because it's like next level. And when you see the amount that it takes to make some of these extracts, that's why I don't usually make a lot of extracts, because I'm a flower guy. I'm like, fuck, I'd rather smoke that shit. I'll smoke my little shitty buds before I'll use a pound to get an ounce or something. I mean, I know people are like, oh, I get a better return than that. Like, again, genetic dependent, process dependent.
It totally is.
I'm a rookie with this shit. I'm not super educated in the process on making these things. I could make the bud, but then usually a lot of growers, they'll partner with a processor. And you see that even in the recreational and medical side, that they have processing companies and growing companies. Like, they'll just grow it, and then they bring it to the processor, and they'll do all the extracts, because you're better off to be an expert in one specific thing than a jack of all trades, I see people who are like, I can make this kind, and this kind, and this kind, and it's all like, yeah, it's pretty good. But then I know people who all...
Oh, let's check out some YouTube tricks.
She's smart. She's fair.
Did you get your money back? Yes or no?
And now she's streaming for free. There's no justice without Judy.
Oh,
Judy Justice.
man,
New
God
episode
damn.
streaming weekdays November 1st. Always entertaining, always free.